Hello and welcome. This is Dr. Evelet, the founder of Sacred Lotus Womb Academy, and we are traversing the path of the self-love commandments by Louise Hay. Today we will discuss the eighth self-love commandment, and that is be loving to your negatives. Now this is a big one for me because being on the spiritual path, I have been so focused on, oh my God, I want to be positive, be compassionate, be loving, be kind, be peaceful, la 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 la, all the nice stuff. Very important because, yes, we've led a life, where we've lived unconscious behaviors, and now we are moving into a space where we want consciously to live a better life. But at the same time, whenever an old pattern shows up of behavior, say, for example, for me, one of my patterns or one of the ways of how I dealt with stress was screaming, shouting, and making a lot of noise. Okay? And just throwing my weight around. And literally throwing my weight around. And you can ask this to my family members, they know. They love me, so they kind of handle me. But now on this path, I want to be more kind, more compassionate. And there are days when I notice even my speech and the way I speak is much more calmer and a nicer place. But there are days when I go back into that behavior. Now, what really happens is that I am laden with so much of guilt that, how could I do this? How is it possible that you're on your spiritual path and you're doing all of this? And how could you have been such a bad mother to your children? How were you like this? I remember being drunk sometimes on my night duties when I was a doctor, was doing doctor duties. But I have to forgive those parts of me and accept them because they are me. At that point in time, I used those tactics because I didn't know better. I came from a dysfunctional home, so I understood manipulation was the best way to handle myself. Okay, I can manipulate my way around or play the victim card. Main bechari, abla nari, no one loves me. So when I'm doing that, or just sit and start crying, and then everyone will kind of hold space for me and all of that. So that was then when I didn't know better. But today I know better. I know I'm working from a different space. So accepting and loving your negatives is key. So what are those different kinds of behaviors that you have had? And today you judge yourself for them. Okay? Don't judge. Because if we are going to judge them, you are going to be judgmental towards someone else who's exhibiting such behavior. And we cannot bring positive change into the world if we are going to judge our own brothers and sisters. Okay? So rising in consciousness means that we make a change and a shift within, and at the same time be loving towards those negatives. So today I'm going to take you through a little visualization, okay, that came during our Friday meditation, and see if that brings about a little shift, okay, in you. So close your eyes, relax into the place that you are at. Wherever you are seated, just relax your body as if you're melting into that seat or into the mattress or the floor below. Gently take a few deep breaths. Gently take a few deep breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time. Breathe in and out. And very gently drop into that space, into your own heart or your womb or that safe space. And I want you to visualize this lovely place somewhere in the mountains. Snow-clad tips, breeze that is cool, just blowing. And you can see the mountains in the distance and a lovely clear lake in front of you. And as you are sitting on the riverbank, you can see your clear reflection in the water. You're very grateful for this moment. And as you are seated here, looking at your reflection, gently bring one by one those different parts of you at different points in your life where you held certain behaviors that served you at that time. But today you know you don't need them, or you don't need to hide behind those behaviors. So bring that young girl or that young boy who always played the victim card, or bring that young man or young woman who was always in that warrior and rebellious mode, or the one who used manipulation as one of his or her weapons. Or maybe one of your weapons was playing dumb, just hiding your intelligence and just hiding away and pretending you don't know when you knew everything. So many times we play these different roles, and yet today you are willing to shift into a space of higher consciousness. But by acknowledging all of this, so one by one, bring these different aspects of you. Acknowledge that angry man or angry woman. Acknowledge that weak woman, that weak man. Acknowledge that addicted woman, that addicted man. Bless them. Look at them and smile at them and say that, yes, I honor you, I respect you. Who I am today is because of you, because of the journey you've undertaken. I am so grateful for all that you have been through. And today I am here like a loving mother, a loving father, holding space for you as you heal yourself. And gently, as you send your loving vibes to all these different aspects of you, drop a little pebble into the water and let the ripples just send all these old aspects of you back into time. They are going nowhere, but you know you love them and you honor them. And by doing so, you are loving and honoring towards anyone who exhibits that behavior. You can either be kinder to such individuals or draw safe boundaries. And now as the ripples settle, you can see your face. See who you are, who you have become, and who you will be. Give gratitude to this moment. Give gratitude for the ancestors, for the spirit guides, the angelic realm, the spirit realm, the nature guides, the fairy realm, all gods and goddesses. Thanking everyone for making who you are, making you who you are today. Take a few deep breaths to ground this experience. Remember that the rose cannot be the rose with that bright color and fragrance without the manure that is put to the plant. And the manure is usually stinky. So the more stink in your life, the more fragrance you have. So be kind and loving and accepting of your negatives. Throw away all the guilt. You don't need any of that. If you knew better, you would do better, right? Now you know better, you will do better. So have a great weekend, my dears, and be totally loving to your negatives. Call them for chai, and believe me, you'll have a great conversation. I love you and see you soon. Bye bye.